Good morning, Miss Lovella. How are you?
Every day's fabulous. How are you?
It certainly is. And it's even more fabulous that we get to hear you this morning.
Oh no, now I got to live up to that.
How have you been?
Good. Busy, busy.
Oh, I know that's right.
How about yourself?
Busier than you can. This every semester, I think, oh, it's going to be better next semester. Every semester is not. I seem to be incapable of saying no. When people ask you to do things.
That's my 2024, right? It's like, ooh, boundaries. Hmm.
Right? So true.
I tell
Oh,
you.
Lord.
If we weren't wonderful and fabulous, no
That's
one
what
would
it
be
is.
after us.
That's exactly what it is. I like your hair. You did something different. Yeah.
Well, I'm letting it grow out. I used to have really, really long hair.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm letting it grow out, and now I'm just doing the old lady highlights. I used to have it darker, and I loved it. And I, have like, kind of the lavender kind of a tint to it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks great. It
Well,
really looks
thank
great.
you.
Yeah, I
Thank
love
you.
it.
The more
Yeah.
highlights they get, the more blonde I get. So
You see this?
I didn't say anything. I have like pictures, like you'd be looking for something, and I'll run past an old picture, and I'm like, when was I that blonde? I'm like, oh, it's a lot of
Right.
highlights.
Yeah. I'm pretty bad. My hair is blonde to start with, but it always gets a little help.
I
you
don't
know,
know how many gray hairs I have. I don't. I have no
right.
clue.
I have none, just like you have none. And
That's
that's my
cheating.
story, and we're sticking to it.
That's cheating, right?
Oh my goodness.
Uh, yeah, I know.
Wow. Well, we're just gonna have to get together sometime and go have, dinner or something together. I'd love to thank you for all this stuff you do for us and, you know.
Oh, you're in Texas, right? Or you're
No,
from
I'm
Texas?
here. I'm
Oh,
from
okay.
Texas.
All
Every
right.
time I go home to see my relatives, I sound more Texas than I did before I went. But yeah, but no, I actually I bounce back and forth a lot. My home and my relatives, except for my daughter, are all in Texas. My daughter, unfortunately, is in the path of Milton right now. She
Yeah.
lives in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So, she lived in Tampa for 10 years and they never had any kind of issues, with it never hits Tampa. She said all she had to do was leave, and it's hit it twice since they left. Like they just moved like 3 months ago. Yeah,
Ooh.
so I told her it's just because the hurricane didn't want to deal with her.
She is the storm, right?
Right.
Eventually, I will
Yeah.
wind up back in Texas. We're looking, my best friend and I, since fourth grade, it's almost like a running joke with us now to find the state in which we're going to retire because we figured that we're probably going to outlive our husbands. So then we're going to have to live
Right.
close to each other so she can eat because I can cook for her.
Right.
I'm like codependent much.
Oh my
So
goodness.
we're
Well,
trying to
Texas.
find the state so that
Well, your
we
money will go further in Texas. You have to go.
agreed.
I know you like living kind of out because I know you said you had some land where you're at now. You
Yeah.
could build, something around Fredericksburg, the hill country,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd have everything you're looking for. Plus, you'd be within an hour of Austin,
Mm-hmm.
2.5 hours of Dallas, maybe an hour and 45 minutes San Antonio. It's right in the center.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. My
Yeah.
husband's son lives in Killeen.
Oh yeah, that's close to my house. I live in Temple. So he
Oh,
lives
okay.
with, yeah,
Yeah.
he's at
Yeah.
the Fort Hood's in Killeen, the Army base.
Yes. Yeah. He was in the army in Fort Hood and then got out of the army. Now he has a mobile mechanic
Oh,
company and he's actually doing quite
I
well.
need to
So
get the information because my vehicle in Texas sometimes decides to sit down on me. So I need to get that from you.
I will send it to you. I
So,
think it's Ryan's, I don't know, Ryan, Ryan's. I did the artwork for him. You think I'd know? Ryan's mobile mechanic or mobile auto or
well, I have
it's
a truck. I
yellow is
love it.
all I
My truck,
know.
right? Well, my truck in Texas, it's a '99, but it's the last year they made two-door Tahoes, and so I love that truck. My daughter has instructions to bury me in that truck. But anyway, So I will keep it running at any cost.
Yes, I love my 2009 Tundra.
Oh yeah, those things are such a nice big back seat. You know, I have a Ford Raptor,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the big back seats. So
Mm-hmm. I love
anyway,
my Tundra.
I know I rent the ones like your Tundra when I'm out of town because you can put suitcases and everything in that back seat 'cause they don't have that hump, like the others. So it's
We
really
took a road trip in it in July, my friend and I. I went back to Lubbock to do my mom's memorial service. And so we filled back seat with just crap that we
I
bought. It's like
I
first time she's
understand.
ever had like a road trip, and it was like, oh my
And
gosh.
there's lots of places to stop on the way to Lubbock.
Oh, we bought everything.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like most of us are here. So, class, we've got a great speaker today. She is going to talk to you about color and marketing, which I know y'all are going to love. My students always do. So, this is Miss Lovella, and I'm going to let me give you the right to to share over here. Give me 1 second. Where are you at? I know it's here somewhere.
I always get lost in Zoom.
Yeah, I don't know. Lately, it seems like the computers are out to get me. Let's see. There you go. Okay. I'm making you a co-host, so you should be able to take it over now.
Okay, so sharing. I know. Oh, there it is. It popped up. Yay. Let me bring up, right?
It's all good today.
Yeah. Okay, let me bring up, no, let me bring up the slideshow. That's interesting. It's not working like it used to. From the beginning. Boom, there we go. Okay, now that I got that prepared, let me pop on over. Really, I am a professional. Okay, share. Ta-da. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, that should be sharing. Now I'm going to go ahead and take it from the top with no notes. Isn't that hilarious?
I think
They've
that's
made
great.
changes. I can actually see everybody and see my PowerPoint. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, helpful. Okay, so as Linda said, my name is Lovella Sullivan. I've been in marketing for a very, very long time. And I've been in healthcare marketing for I don't know, 18 years and can't do the math. So I was with hospitals for so no, more than that, like 25 years, I think. So I was with hospitals. I was the vice president of marketing, communications, physician relations, special projects, government relations, a bunch of stuff. Suzanne's absolutely wonderful. So, in anything that they asked, they pointed me toward it and was like, yeah, I can recolor a hospital. We can do the paint for that. No problem. I can talk to Oshpod. No problem. We'll just do that. So it's been super challenging, super fun, super exciting for the past 6 years, almost 6 years, the beginning of November, it'll be 6 years. I've been with a managed care plan. In California, we have two counties, one of the largest counties in Southern California, Riverside and San Bernardino County. I work for Inland Empire Health Plan, and I'm a marketing manager. So my area here is we have a very large marketing department. So my skill set has kind of been honed with my team. I have texting. We are the largest text for health plans. We have the largest texting program in the state. I have email. I have media PR. I have internal communications and social media. So lots of the super fun, exciting, what we call it, kind of like all the sexy stuff. That I get to do. So there's a lot, right? Marketing, everybody goes, oh, we're going to go into marketing. So specifically what? It's like saying, I'm going to be a doctor. Okay, well, what kind of doctor? There's a lot of different kinds of doctors. So there's a lot of different kind of marketers. And then if you are interested in entering into the marketing realm, you'll find that there's a lot of options and a lot of niche markets, a lot of different aspects. You can go, if you don't like talking to people, you can still find something in marketing and just do analytics. There's a lot of analytics in marketing, or there should be. Most marketers should be looking at their metrics. So I have aside from working at IEHP, who I'm not representing today, I do have a consulting company, Marketing Solutions, and you can see I had a lot of fun with the formulas on my beginning slide. So you see your customer lifetime value, you see your you see so the customer lifetime value, the oh gosh, I drew a blank on the LTV. So these are all marketing formulas to determine the length, the investment in a customer, how long they'll be a customer, the proposed profit per customer. So super cool formulas. And then we have the BS formula, which is an actual formula, and it's my favorite. I have it on my business cards, and it stands for exactly what you think BS stands for. It is a bullshit formula, and I love it, and I put it on my business cards. So what we're going to talk about today is the business of color in advertising. Hopefully, at the end of today's presentation, I will have planted some seeds. You will look at colors and advertising in a different way. It's by no means meant to give you the full rundown of what every color means, and you're going to come out of this as an expert. You can Google a lot of this and then kind of go down the rabbit hole. So I'm going to try and I'm just going to dance around the edge of the rabbit hole this morning and kind of give you the information. But have at it, Google these. You can really just start kind of going down that rabbit hole and click and click and click and click until you just kind of get, brain overload on the colors. But there is always a reason for color in advertising. I could do another presentation just on shapes in advertising. So at the end of this, I'm hoping to plant a seed of to have you look at advertising and color in those ads differently and kind of ask yourself, what is it that the advertiser is asking me to do, to think, to feel, or to purchase? Generally, there is a purchase tied to this. Okay, so the hidden truth behind color, right? Kind of what I talked about. Retention marketing or life cycle marketing is it essentially boils down to keeping the customers engaged, happy, and what keeps our businesses alive? Spending. So by delivering relevant and engaging content, you increase their CLV, their customer lifetime value, and in turn, the overall revenue for your business. So that's really kind of the basis of why we're going to look at color today. It all comes back down to the bottom line. So a quick overview of like the primary colors, red, orange, yellow, green, shades thereof. We got turquoise, blue, purple, magenta, and then your darker, your brown, black, gray, and white. White is a color. And one of our advertisers uses white rather well, and they get their message across. So a quick rundown, you have a positive and a negative of all colors. So you need to, when you're looking at either color in advertising, colors in logos, you have to, depending on what your product is, it's not always healthcare, you want to look at those positives, but you also want to be very aware of the negative connotations to these colors. Couple quick examples, red, right? Everybody uses red. So it is power and energy, strength, excitement. There's another advertiser that I'll show you a slide of, and they do a phenomenal job with red. But you do have to be careful in healthcare. My favorite color to pick on in healthcare, or my second favorite color to pick on in healthcare, is red. We had the owner of our hospital system had taken over our hospital, purchased our hospital, and he loved bright colors, and that's awesome. It's super awesome. He had a holistic reason for loving super bright colors. I want teal over here and gold over there and red here and yellow and just vibrant colors to make you feel alive. And so that was truly his interest, is having those bright colors. In hospitals, typically you'll see beige and white and, brown. And kind of calming blue sometimes, kind of calming colors. He wanted people to feel alive and to get better. So he wanted bright colors, which is super sweet, very altruistic. But what you don't want to do is have it in a hospital, has have any entire wall painted red. First thing you think of, right, is blood. The particular wall that he wanted painted red just happened to be as you were leaving the emergency department. And so you're already in an emotional state. Then you come into the hospital to be admitted or to visit your family members, so you're coming through the ER. That would have been the red wall. So very careful, right? With red, I was fortunate to talk him out of that. Red is anger, danger, defiance, aggression, pain, blood, like if you're in healthcare. So you got to be very careful with your colors. But we will break down each of these colors on the slides. Okay, so a couple examples, good examples for the primary colors. So green, right? It's nature, calm, and can mean envy. It's good luck. It's kind of fresh. John Deere does a great job. That's farming. British Petroleum, which is like a petroleum company. I believe BP owns AM/PM. And so, of course, they're going to go with an environmentally friendly color. They want you to think it's environmentally friendly. Whether or not you believe in petroleum is irrelevant. BP's interest is that you feel that it's very holistic, very environmentally positive. Good job on BP. So blue is like, I call it like the healthcare color. Most healthcare organizations pick blue as one of their colors because it's dependable, it's trust, it's stability and strength, which is kind of the number one things that you in healthcare that you want your audience to feel. The three logos that are here are not healthcare, which is unusual. We'll go through a couple blue healthcare logos I'm sure that you will recognize. Purple is royal, romantic, creative, wise. You see sci-fi, Hallmark, Yahoo. Those are all indicative of very creative. And I guess Hallmark Channel would be your perfect example for romantic. Red, we talked about passion, bold, powerful. Coke, Kmart, which is no longer a thing. Kmart did a good job in CNN. So that's very powerful and bold, could mean passion. Orange, optimism, warmth, balance, success. It's also creativity. So you see Nickelodeon is a great example of that. Yellow is clarity, cheerful, fun, friendly. There's a couple, we will discuss the downside to like your red, orange, and yellow, and why a particular industry, not healthcare, does use those three colors in combination and what they want from you. That one was very shocking to me when I first learned, and so it's one of my favorite things to share. Gray is technically a color. It kind of borders on white. So balance, quality, sophistication. Apple does a great job. Wikipedia. Honda has elevated their game as well. So color does have influence. Move everybody there. Whew. Color has influence and emotion. So healthcare, primarily what we're talking about today. So it's strength, power. We talked about the blue. They want you to trust them. They trying to evoke feelings of caring, happy, healthy, right? With your orange, lively and compassionate. And then knowledge, vibrant, and then of course healing. Okay, so this is just a quick example of a lot of different colors on the color wheel, a lot of logos within those color spectrums. Typically, when you choose one color on the wheel, the complementary color is supposed to be the opposite side of that wheel. So this is just kind of an example of the logo colors across the wheel, the color spectrum. Okay, so move everybody over to the side. So red, of course, is the vibrant, right? Powerful. So Coke, Netflix, Canon, CNN, Adobe, Target. Target's huge. So perfect, very, where am I? Missed my notes. So there, red is the overall color in this advertising. I told you that Coca-Cola, or that one of my slides was going to feature red in an advertisement. So the overall filter on this ad is red, and they want you to feel, they want you to buy the Coke, but they want you to feel vibrant, right? Um, uh, oh, I lost the word. It's like exploring. I lost the word I was going to use. Um, adventurous, right? That's the word. So vibrant, adventurous, powerful, a lot of passion in Coke. But what you don't see is that you have this red hue, you've got this red car, you've got red nail polish, you've got a red straw, you've got red lipstick. So there's a lot of hidden color in this ad. There's red everywhere, but you're really kind of focused in just on the red of the Coke. So that's that feeling that they're trying to evoke. Okay. Orange, again, we go with the creativity. So Duncan, Popeyes, Nickelodeon, it's fun. I have got a great example of creativity. Another great example of creative would be Home Depot, right? What do we want you to do? We want you to build things. We've got your back. Kind of Home Depot is that's their new slogan. You're not doing it alone. Great example of the use of orange is Darth Vader at a cookout with Princess Leia kind of hanging out. And what is logo? It's creativity, right? It's absolutely turning your creativity and your imagination loose with building and playing with Lego. So orange is huge for that company. So yellow, notice so it's very happy, very vibrant, right? But notice McDonald's. We're going to touch on McDonald's a little bit later and their use of color and what it is that McDonald's is asking you to do. All right. So move that out of the way. There we go. So yellow, orange and yellow, right? It increases cheerfulness and optimism. I did not know that yellow makes babies cry. Not sure I believe that. So orange can show caution. Of course, you've seen that. Orange and yellow used to draw impulsive buyers and window shoppers. So put a pin in that. Stimulates logic center of the brain and it promotes enthusiasm. If used too frequently, can create a sense of anxiety. Put a pin in that one as well. Oh, look, it's our friends at McDonald's. So red and yellow are very appealing to children, which was their primary target audience when they first started. Of course, we got a clown. Kids, well, I don't know that kids love clowns, but I think way back when kids loved clowns. I think they're kind of scary. So their mascot was, of course, appealing to their target market. And but red is used to increase the appetite and a sense of urgency. Therefore, getting customers to order in a hurry and leave faster. So when they say 1 billion sold, they are served, they do mean that. So yellow is cheery, right? The trademark M, those are actually French fries. And so red and yellow and orange kind of in that mix, it creates that anxiety. We kind of talked about that. Using those colors together can be agitating, right? And it increases the customer turnover. You're in, you order, you get out. New people come in, they order, they get out. So the next time you're in a Denny's, I think Denny's still uses this color combination, or a McDonald's, you're gonna look at them differently. You're gonna look at any restaurant that you go to that uses these colors, you're gonna look at them differently because you know exactly what it is that they're asking you to do now. Okay, green. We talked about British Petroleum, very environmentally safe. Starbucks with the mermaid in the logo. Perfect example for the use of green. It was Green Giant, right? Whole Foods Markets, Perrier water, clean, fresh, wonderful. Land Rover, right? Out in adventurous, out visiting, very, very nature driven. Tropicana, very wholesome. Good examples of green. So red, we talked about, encourages appetite, right? Often used in food chains, creates a sense of urgency. Again, McDonald's has that turnover. It physically, they've done tests between red and blue. So red stimulates the human body, affecting nerve impulses, raises your blood pressure and your heart rate. So now, if you're in a hospital, we go back to my story of why we don't want a whole red wall. That's the last thing you want to do. And you're coming from the ER into the hospital is raise someone's blood pressure or their heart rate. You want to, we actually wound up kind of compromising. So the wall was white and we did like that heart blip in red. He wanted like fire engine red. So we were able to do like the heart blip because it was on the way to OR, but we wound up just kind of eventually painting over it in white. We were able to just kind of get that heart blip and he kind of understood what we were trying to do. But be careful when you argue with the owner of a hospital system. Blue preferred by men. I think that's interesting because blue's my favorite color. The opposite of red is associated with peace, reliability, promotes a sense of security and promotes trust in a brand. We talked about like healthcare blue. That's a great example of that. So it's very calming. Again, the opposite of red. Young people associate blue with maturity, which is interesting. So one of the things that I neglected to mention is when we're going through the different views on colors, this is the Western view of colors. I have a couple slides at the end where I talk about the difference between the countries and how the contrast of how red is viewed in one country or one segment of the world versus the other. So some are very aligned and others are completely the opposite. And then we talked about green, associate health, tranquility, nature, very environmentally friendly, clean, wholesome, whole foods. It's used in stores to relax customers, but I haven't seen that. It stimulates harmony in the brain and encourage balance between body and emotions, leading to decisiveness. So a brand that does a real good job with green is Starbucks. So Starbucks sells coffee, but not really. That is not that's not their real product. They sell coffee, but coffee is centered around a gathering place, a sense of community, a sense of being and collectiveness. That is what Starbucks sells. Like Nordstrom's does not sell clothes. Nordstrom sells an experience. It is an elite experience. Oh, I bought this at Nordstrom's or Macy's or, one of your other higher end retail shops. It's not the clothes, it's not the appliances, it's not the makeup. It's the experience and how Nordstrom's treats you. And that's kind of the same thing that Starbucks does. You just happen to buy their expensively priced coffee while you're there, but it is meant to be a gathering place. When you go into a Starbucks, you'll notice that there's a corner in Starbucks where they dedicate to all of the community. So you can put posters and business cards up, and it's very clean, it's well organized, but they want you to stay and gather. Starbucks was thrilled when people started using Starbucks as meeting spaces for like your home run businesses. A lot of your consultants don't have a location. They don't have a physical would all meet at Starbucks. And Starbucks loves that because while you're there, you're going to buy coffee, but they wanted to be your second home. So we go back to, green, the only top global brand that uses green as a primary color other than British Petroleum, but Starbucks is more recognized than BP. Mermaid, again, we go back to the environment relaxing. They use green to promote a sense of relaxation, inviting customers to take a coffee break and de-stress. So they do a pretty good job. Okay, so Teal is also creativity, kind of dancing on, kind of dancing on the edge, a little adventurous kind of, for teal. Blue, the wonderful healthcare blue. Trust, reliability, dependability. IBM is a great example for like a monarchy, right? Very dependable. Samsung, Best Westerns, GE in their healthcare they did change the healthcare version of their GE logo, which I did think was pretty interesting. I think I've included it in this new slide deck. Okay, so another great example of healthcare blue is Blue Cross Blue Shield. They've been around forever. The little boy in the ad was if you have a very creative designer, that little boy could have been wearing yellow pants and yellow shirt. They can change that to any underlying color that you need that to be. Same with the glasses. You've got that nice overlay of blue there. You sneak in blue wherever you can, or whatever your brand color is. Another example you can see with all of these ads, of course, the water was blue. They didn't recolor that. With all of these ads, you have the blue as your underlying color. And I do love Live Fearless. That it's extremely overused. The little hero thing, I think it's gone now. All right. Oops. There we go. So purple is royalty, right? It is elite. It is royalty kind of out of reach. It's superior. Anytime I think of like purple and gold, I think of Royal Crown because that's meant to be like the elevated version of alcohol. Royal Crown. Creativity, we've got our hallmark in there. We talked about purple being more romance as well, which is perfect for Hallmark. Okay, so a great example, although Virgin is a red logo, Virgin brand is all about exploring, right? Adventurous, going places, dancing like outside the norm. So perfect example of the use of purple on a brand that normally has like a red logo. So you've got your purple and pink, and that's going to elevate this ad. It's royalty, it's plush, it's exclusive, it's very imaginative. I love this example because the ads don't necessarily have to match your logo color. You can use purple and pink and those colors and pull that together with Virgin, a red logo. It's how you're using color in advertising more than just your logo. So pink is also imaginative. Barbie, pink, cosmopolitan, lift. Brown. So we've all seen the UPS commercials. Very dependable. You have to be kind of careful with brown. It can also de-elevate your brand. It really depends on how you're using it. So to me, UPS has done a phenomenal job elevating brown. It's kind of boring. You got to worry about brown. The negative on brown is kind of boring, kind of earthy. But they've taken brown with the dependability and the solid feel, and that's what we depend on, right? UPS, not exciting, but we're going to be here for you. It's like the husband you've been married to for 50 years. No longer exciting, right? Linda's laughing, but he's dependable. So Cracker Barrel, that's a homespun meeting place. So you see a lot of these other logos, and like Hershey's has been around forever. You can depend on that. So that's the highlight for the brown logos on this slide. Black is exclusive, typically. So White's very similar. Prada, great example of elite and exclusive. Gray, you have to be careful with gray because it can also equal old, outdated, boring. Jaguar, Apple. I don't know about Nestle, but Mercedes, Jaguar, and Apple are they do a great job in elevating gray. And then white. Try not to look at I don't understand the Playboy logo on here. White can mean ethereal, which is the opposite of Playboy. Under Armour. So this is really like a reverse out of their regular logos, but you would look at this in an ad, you would want to do a whiteout logo depending on what it is that you want them to feel in that ad. Again, white is very pure, it's ethereal, it's very clean. And white will also give your product the ability to shine. So a lot of times you will use white. My favorite saying is white space is your friend. So a great example, perfect example of using white as your primary color in your ad is to highlight the product features. So Apple uses well, they have the white logo, but they use a lot of color on all of their advertising. So you've got this bright green wristband for the iWatch. You're seeing the features. And very small, I'll go back to that, very small font on the ad. The primary thing is you're looking at an iWatch and you know exactly what that is. So they're using white in this instance. You don't really see, I don't see the logo anywhere on there, but you do know that it's an Apple Watch. So this is usually my quiz. I forgot to tell you there was a quiz. You can put it all in the chat. So there is a primary color in this ad, and I want everybody to take a guess in the chat of what is the primary color that's used in this ad. Let me see if I can pull up chat. There's chat. I'll let you know when I get it. Keep going. So yellow is in there, but that is not the primary color. Nope, it's not brown either. Keep going. Not white. Not green. Nope, not red. Okay, everybody give up and get rid of chat. So the primary color here is orange. And this is one of my favorite advertisers. Dignity Health, human kindness. So kind, warm, radiant, friendly. That's absolutely. So orange is like what an ugly color, right, for a hospital to use as a logo, but it is 1,000% what you would want people to stand out of all the blue logos, what you would want people to feel, right? So we use blue for your friendly, your trust, your like, brick and mortar, we've got you. But there was a shift in healthcare advertising from the authoritative doctors and the brick and mortar, and this is where I go, to the more I'm on your level, friendly, we're going to take care of you like a human. And orange was a great example of that.
Lovella,
Danny.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you have a question? Danny has his hand up.
So I know that hospitals, my primary colors are white and blue, and you can see as this example they use orange. So why do you think Memorial Care uses orange, green, and purple?
So great question. You can use a bunch of different colors in your logo. I do. Actually, it's perfect timing. I think one of my next slides is a because Linda's laughing, a multicolored logo. And they actually want you, they all work well together, but they want you to feel 3 or 4 different things, but they're all still in that same behavioral family. So I will show you a multicolored logo, and they work well together. Okay, so there's our orange. You can kind of see the orange undertone on the lady with the baby. I just placed this up here because I thought it was such a great example of the use of orange, like looking at a whole campaign. You don't have to have an entire orange ad like you have there in the middle. You can see the strategically placed orange in all of the ads. So I like to show that because it's like that's what a campaign looks like with orange as a primary. So it's again, it's friendly, it's cheerful, it's optimistic. These all really make sense when you're looking at healthcare. Ah. Okay, so the business end, right, of making people feel something with emotions. So when buying a product, almost all, like 93% of buyers focus on the visual appearance. Your balance is the smell, sound, or the texture. Color can often be the sole reason for purchasing a product. Almost 85% claim color was the primary draw card. That out of the way. 80% of clients believe color is responsible for brand recognition, which I'm sure you all agree. And over half of customers won't return to a store if they dislike the aesthetic. So color is at work, whether we recognize that or not. So perfect question, Danny. LA Care, not really a competitor. It's in a different county. It's actually what we like to think of at IEHP as like a sister plant. They're just in a different county. So LA Care, you've got yellow, right? Very vibrant, sunshiny. You've got kind of a version of red. On my screen, it looks like, ooh, pretty neon red. So you've got red is very passionate, right? Very passionate about their care. And of course, orange, it's optimistic and wonderful. And then blue, you've snuck in your blue sky with your dependability. So really, you don't pay any attention to the name LA Care Health Plan. So LA Care, they've done a great job. I love their campaign, Elevating Healthcare. So you've got your real people, your photo, and then you've got your cartoon wings that are on there that of course are in their logo color. And then you can see like they've kind of played with that background. They placed these on a superbly blurred background, again, highlighting their colors. Same thing here, very LA-ish. So LA Care, I don't know how many years ago. So LA Care has Medi-Cal, Medicare line of business. Then they went into a third line of business, Covered California, which is like paid Medi-Cal out here. So in other states, that's Medicaid. But so Covered California, if you don't qualify,
Lovella, I think you froze. We lost you for a minute there. Hey guys, let's hope she reappears here shortly. Okay, she's gonna have to reboot back in. Can y'all hear me? Danny, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, super. You're always my go-to, Danny. Okay, hopefully she'll reappear here in a minute. While she's popping back into us, I sent y'all an email yesterday for another extra credit opportunity. It's going to be with Glad Hiranila. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm going to try. He's one of our students from the master's program that graduated recently, and he's going to talk about his journey and what grad school was like and how it's helped him along the way. So again, I sent out the link last night, and just be sure that you stay the full time and that you sign the paper when you come in, and you'll get 2 points extra credit. And that's tomorrow night. Okay. Looks like maybe Lovella's having a little trouble getting back in. Up here we go. Gonna let her in. Okay. She has reappeared.
We lost internet.
I know. I was telling him, I said, well, can y'all hear me? Because I can see her. I can't hear her.
We lost internet.
Um,
I'm almost done. Let me go in, and I was talking about let me go in here. Dun, 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 and then share my screen. Sharing is not turned on.
oh,
So
I need to turn it back on. I'm sorry. Hang on.
yeah, no, that's okay. So LA Care worked with Covered California to offer a Covered California line of business. So you've Covered California, and I know this because my health plan just recently worked with Covered California to also offer a Covered California line of business. So they have very specific requirements around the logo. No, from the current slide. Whew, okay. So Covered California has very specific criteria around the use of their logo. So how do you tell people we're still LA Care, but we're offering Covered California, and they're together, and you can count on on LA Care's history and their dependability, but it's another line of business. So it's brilliant. I love this. I wish my health plan would have done this. They pulled in the teal from Covered California.
We lost you again. It's a shame, folks, 'cause it's a great presentation. Lovella, can you hear me? Maybe Milton is affecting us too. Okay, she's going to give it another whirl. Someone asked the question, was there any coursework that went with the extra credit? And there is not. I just want y'all to go to the meeting and get exposed to some really great information. Typically, when I give you extra credit assignments like this, it's just because I want you to take advantage of some of the great things that's extra stuff we offer y'all.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so I am just going to tell you those pieces now. I don't know before my internet pops off again. So I told you, I promised you that we would go through like the difference in the colors for like Western, Far Eastern, Middle Eastern, and like the different regions of the world. So we talked about the Western culture. Red is like love, danger, and action. Middle Eastern, all very similar, danger, kind of evil, caution. However, Far Eastern, opposite, is prosperity, right? Good fortune, vitality. Indian culture is beauty, wealth, and power, which is why our hospital system owner loved it so much. Red is it's a power color. So another great example, contrast, I should say, is
I think the ghosts of the internet have gotten you today, Lovella. Okay. So bad for her. She's all prepared and her internet starts acting crazy. It's like Canvas and me. I so understand. Okay, so while we're waiting for Lovella to reappear, again, the extra credit is I want y'all to have the opportunity to be exposed to some of the great, we're going to have some other great speakers. I don't know if any of you got to go see Dr. Ramirez 2 weeks ago, I think. I didn't offer extra credit for that one because I didn't know about it till it was too late, but I wasn't sure about it, when it was going to be. So, but this one should be really good also. Our board, our UPD and Student Forum Board have got lots of fun things planned for y'all this semester. Okay, let's see if Lovella comes back and finishes us up. Next week, we're going to be doing your social media presentations. We'll be doing them, and when Lovella's through, I'm going to put you in your breakout rooms and we'll make some decisions on what time slots you're going to have. And we don't meet Thursday. Let's see what else. Any questions that I'm not answering right now? So we're waiting for.
I have a question about turning in the assignments. Is it just one person turning it in, or is it everybody turning it in?
No, one person turns in the group well, let's see, what is this? Let me, it's the social media, one person. Everybody has to do the comments, but you turn it in to the assignment slot and also to the discussion board so people can comment on it.
Got it. Thank you.
You bet. Joyce?
There was another assignment called Social Media Business, Group Contract Business Plan. I checked the syllabus and it had a different date on it. So I was wondering if we're also supposed to turn it in along with the social media handout and the PowerPoint.
No, not unless you're talking about the contract.
No, the Group Contract Business Plan, is that a part of the social?
It's not. It's not part of the social media. It gets a separate slot. It's your second group project, and I just wanted to get a head start on it.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to confirm.
Oh, sure, of course. Caitlin?
For the business plan, are we going to be in the same group as our social media project?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Looks like Lovella is not able to reappear this time. So we'll give her about 2 more minutes, and then we'll I'll put y'all into your groups with some directions. Give me 1 second. Let me text her and see if she's okay, or if she's going to come back. One second. I don't see her reappearing, so. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put y'all in your groups, and y'all are going to self-select into those groups. And then y'all need to email me like you did for the topics and on what time slots you want. And we're going to have 3 time slots on Tuesday and 2 on Thursday. And because of some scheduling issues, one of the time slots is taken on Thursday. But so you can choose Tuesday, one of the three, or the one that's left on Thursday. And give me at least two choices, like your first choice, let's say, is Thursday, second slot, and your second choice is, you know, Tuesday, first slot or second, whatever it is, but give me at least two choices. And it's going to be just like last time. It's going to be first come, first serve by email. And I haven't heard back from Lovella, so I am going to go ahead and open up the breakout rooms. That was a great presentation. I'm sorry it got beat up by the internet. Sometimes we just can't help what technology is doing to us. So, okay, give me 1 minute here. I'm going to pause the